Call the October 16th Manvel Parks Board meeting to order, starting with roll call. Linda Dunn, Paul Sofka, Larry Akery,
Here.
Brian Semito,
Here.
Marianne Atkinson,
Here.
Ellen Nagley, Keith Bonner,
Here.
Luis Leja. All right, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas pledge. Honor thee, Texas. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right, if we don't have any public comments, we will get right into regular agenda item A. Consideration and possible action to forward a recommendation of approval to City Council regarding the design, the not-to-exceed amount, and the submission of the 2025 Game Time Community Champions Grant application for Heritage Park Playground equipment. Yeah, go ahead, step up and state your name.
Hello, I'm Tim Duckworth, Cunningham Recreation, representing Game Time Playgrounds. Here tonight, my goal is to show you the design that, come back with the design that we looked at the last time I was here. Also, the color palette as well, and the pricing, show you the pricing on where we landed on this project. This is Manvel City Park. This is, I used the same, hold on one second, I apologize. Having some, there we go. I kind of used the same presentation from last time when Michael was here with M2L that spoke to you, and then I just added on to the bottom of it. Here is the site plan of the park. This is what Michael presented to you the week before. Here's the site plan with the playground area added into it. Anything outside of that that I'm not a part of. Again, here's the playground area and some other areas that he's speaking with you about this park. This is the design, how it would fit in that space that we're projecting, that I came and showed you the design, and we did the 3D the last time that I was here. That's how it fits in the space. And we went back with, I'm sorry I don't have my cheaters with me, so if you'll just bear with me. Can you see that better than me on screen? Oh, you got it in front of you. Good, good, okay. So I'm gonna squint. All the listing, this is the design of the playground. We put in our quote that's long. It kind of reminds me of going to Walgreens, and that thing's a mile long. This is a listing that all the whole parts list that's actually on the structure that and the design that we presented to you. And the equipment only quote. At the bottom, this is, it comes, well, I have two quotes. One is the equipment and, one is the equipment, and the second quote is installation. So that way you would have that in front of you, because we talked about a two-part process. One is to purchase the equipment up front, and then when the park is ready for equipment to go in, the second quote would be the installation. So you would have that in front of you, and there's no surprises. If, you know, the quote would have to be updated, but if it's 5 years down the road, it wouldn't be this price, but it would be in the next 6 to 8 months, we would update that installation quote, would be at the same pricing. Your equipment quote came out to $161,081.54. Game Time's matching grant I'm gonna see if I can blow this up. The matching fund that Game Time is provided is $95,343. Without the grant, this equipment would have come back at $243, $904.08. So a total of $161,081.54. That's the total of the shipping and the equipment. And this would have to, would have to go to council, get it approved on the equipment, and we would have to have a signed quote and PO no later than November the 15th to make this, to be able to receive the $95,000. The second quote that you see is on its own quote that you wouldn't have to have a PO or the funding for until you're ready for the installation. And that is $86,466. That would so if you purchase the equipment in the installation of $161,081.54 for the equipment, $86,466.95 for installation, that would come out to a total of $247,548.49. In here, you'll see that we also just did a add-on. If you wanted us to pour your concrete curbing and your drainage, that price would be added in to that total of $86,000 would be plus that for if you wanted it. If you wanted the GC to put it in, that's totally fine. They can do that as well. But this is just what that number would be. If you add the total if you added in the additional $43,465 for concrete curbing and drainage that would go in that space, that would, from us, it would be a total of $291,013.49. That would be a total of everything. If you did not want us to do the concrete curbing and you want the GC, there's better pricing in the drainage. It's not part of the quote. It's just what it would be. Any questions on that?
I don't think I have that. Am I missing something? Without the concrete, I got the one without the concrete curb, right?
It's in as an add-on down at the bottom. You'll see,
Oh, okay, okay.
yes, ma'am,
I
we
was
didn't
looking
put
at
it
the
in your
money.
total, just
Okay.
in case, because we didn't know where that work lied, if it lied with the GC, but it's also to let you guys also know of what that overall project would cost if turnkey, so you have a good idea. And so it gives you options, basically, and you know that this whole project wouldn't cost you more than $291.
Total labor and
Yes, sir, and surfacing as well, that's included.
so it's the 161,081.54 for the equipment,
Yes, sir.
and then 80, without the concrete, 83,846.95.
No, sir, it'd be 86,466.95.
I'm sorry, I didn't cover the freight.
Yes, sir. And that would be a total of 247,548.49. I have a little cheat sheet here to help me, so I'm not moving back and forth.
So do we already have the $95,000 grant? It's already approved and,
Yes, sir. That's why I'm able to quote.
Okay.
So basically what it is Game Time has at the end of the year, they have, it's almost, the easiest way is sometimes when you know you go down to your car dealership and you negotiate that price down and they say, hey, we also have a rebate. The manufacturer has a rebate. That's another way of looking at it. It's Game Time, and it's not every year, but they came out and they say at this time they put so much back and we're able to offer it
okay.
from the manufacturer. It's not a third party.
Oh, okay.
It's basically the manufacturer saying, we can offer this at this price at this time of the year. And it allows us to, you guys benefit. It also keeps our manufacturing's in Fort Payne, Alabama. And we have over, don't hold me, but 380 employees During the winter, we were having to lay off people at some times, and so this is a way, it works both ways. It's a two-way street on things. So you get to take advantage of it. These guys don't get laid off. So
Might put you on the spot here,
Sure.
Dan. I'm sorry, Dan. The 43,000, is that about the going price for that material? Or that, I'm sorry, the material and the labor for the concrete and all that? Or is that a pretty good price, or?
So we just did the pre-bid meeting Tuesday morning with potential bidders. So I don't know yet. So I'm glad that part of it won't be due right away. So come October 29th, we'll know, we'll have real numbers from the field
Okay.
to know exactly how much these things cost. But on that, if you don't mind, since you opened the door, one discussion that we were having, if you've been out to Croy Park, and y'all did that one for us.
Yes, sir.
4 years ago, something like that, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 3 years.
yes, sir.
So that one, underneath the playground equipment itself, it's not the engineered wood fiber, it's the
It's the poured in place.
poured in
rubber.
place.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's considerably more expensive. I didn't know if y'all had talked about that already. Y'all did. Was it just mainly the cost?
It's the replacement cost. They gave us some examples
Yeah.
where they had just replaced it in a couple of places. It just seemed like it was a better option to go with
Okay.
with coming back in and refilling. Is that what the term y'all use on the wood fiber stuff?
Top off is
Top
what
off.
our
Okay.
terminology. We go in and do a top off.
Okay.
Just didn't seem like a good deal at the time.
And since this has some inclusive components, I mean, that's right.
Yes, sir.
So that doesn't factor into it as far as I guess I'm picturing mulch.
So the
it's not really
engineered wood fiber is actually ADA approved.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the goods and the bads on both.
Sure.
And the engineered wood fiber, when you first initially install it, it is not ADA approved. But after they say typically it's 2 to 3 months, you can still maneuver a mobility device through it. But after a few months with the compaction and the rain and the kids running, it gets to a point where it becomes ADA approved. So we are able to install that. Your poured in place rubber, what we were sharing and talking about the last time that we were here, your wood mulch is typically at about $8 or $9 a square foot, where your poured in place rubber up front is about $36 a square foot, $30 to $36 a square foot to install. Huge difference on the upfront costs.
Yeah.
What I want everybody to know, and I tell everybody, it doesn't, whichever way, I'm good either way, that the poured in place rubber, as you guys know, at Croy Park, every 2 years you have to do what's called a roll coat. So it is not a maintenance-free surfacing. There is something there is a cost to keep up. With the engineered wood fiber, it's a wood product. So it degrades and the rain and things like that. So you have to do what's called a top off, and then it's not maintenance free as well. So you have to put that in. So it's
Kind of comes down to a cost.
a cost thing. The poured in place rubber is a cleaner area. As you know, you go to Croy Park, you're able to, a child in a mobility device, a parent, grandparent, able to come from the sidewalk onto unitary surfacing and move about a lot easier versus engineered wood fiber.
So since that's part of the install, then, and I think that's what you said on the phone the other day to Jeff and I, is that, so I guess my question would be, since I'm foreseeing that this is going to council Monday night, so if the question comes up, hey, this install or poured in place install is ADA compliant day one, engineered wood fibers ADA compliant in a couple of months, right? So if whatever, for some reason there's some cost savings, would you all be against the port in place, or is it mainly just the cost as far as the recommendation? I just think it's important if council asks, and I don't know. I don't know if we're going
Do
to
you
have
have the
cost
number
savings.
of how the port in place would affect the quote?
So it doesn't affect the quote. That would fall, the engineer wood fiber installations all on the quote that you're not signing on the equipment.
Right.
We would pull that off, and then we would go in from there, and then we would be able to quote.
It's going to affect the $86,000 quote.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but that's not the one that's due
Right.
by
That's,
November.
yes,
Right.
so this is a thing that you guys have possibly, is the equipment has to be purchased before a certain time. But if it's poured-in-place rubber, engineer wood fiber, whatever you do on your surfacing, you have that time to really make that decision.
So we could actually come back to that as a group if it's something that comes up then, since we
Well,
don't have to, or, because y'all don't want everything right now, you just want the equipment.
Well, council wants the recommendation. I guess really what I'm saying is, would y'all be okay if council says, hey, I think we really like the look, because everybody's going to get a chance to see it if you haven't seen it, at the Fall Music Fest on Saturday. So kids are going to go over there, oh gosh, that's what we can do? It's how much more? Man, let's just do that. I could see that happening.
Okay.
So, but I wanted to make sure that, no, what was your approach? Hey, let's save money where we can, or no, we absolutely do not want that port in place.
In my opinion, I thought we were doing it to save money.
Perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I thought we had a finite amount of funds.
You do. Y'all did exactly what you needed to do. I'm anticipating the next step if that question comes up. That way we don't have to reconvene a meeting just for that. If we kind of know what the spirit is, which I think I'm hearing it right. I mean,
I think, yeah.
there wouldn't be anybody.
I think we all really liked the port in play,
Okay.
but we thought we were,
And you did exactly what
Yeah.
council wanted you to do. Yeah.
okay.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, and again, this quote here can be thrown out the window, and
Can do that another
the
time.
square footages are already there, the concrete curbing price is already there. This price of the concrete, if the GC comes back, Mr. Dan said, we're out for pricing. If we're cheaper and you want to go with us, go with us. If we're more expensive and the GC can do it cheaper, go that route. You have that option. And then we'll partner with the GC on the concrete and whatever it takes to make everything happen. So, moving on up. So the next, what I wanted to do is the renderings, the red, white, and blue. And so I think I can kind of zoom in on some things, some different areas. And so this is my program. I did not have time to be able to get an actual rendering. There's a log jam, but what I did bring was some samples of actual colors. So like the plastics, the slides you see is red. So can I approach you guys and show you some colors and samples? What we have, I was
Has
asked-
anybody ever said no to that question?
I feel like I'm at court, sometimes I approach the bench,
Byron, and that's kind of what we were talking about the last one, when you weren't here, is that we were trying to keep it within that heritage name, and we kind of, okay.
So the red, white, and blue, that type thing. So that's, the plastics on that looks maroon, but this is the actual color. This is an actual sample of.
Touch it.
Yes, ma'am. And again, this is just it's not the actual thickness of whatever
Right.
it is, it's just as a sample. And then,
It's-
on the powder coat of the paint, we went with the white and
That's the
the
maroon.
sky blue.
I really like the red,
This one?
yeah.
So when you see your panels and your uprights, I'll stop, I'm sorry.
No, that's
Sorry,
fine.
keep that.
No.
So
You
How-
guys
how do
like
y'all-
the red?
You've put this in a bunch in
'Cause
white,
the maroon is.
How does it take
colors,
the-
We don't want to do that.
the dirt.
Question is,
So believe it
how
or
much
not,
does
the
it
white,
fade
I
over time?
drive.
That's what you need to ask.
We
Because
have
red
company
does
vehicles.
fade.
I actually,
Yeah,
because
the
of
darker
COVID, I didn't
colors
get
will
one.
definitely.
Just like a white vehicle, a black, darker color, it shows everything, all the dirts and everything. Believe it or not, on the white, it doesn't show as much. It's actually a little cleaner.
Good.
So this would be your uprights and some of your railings. I'll zoom in a lot better, and then this is the white. So this are the two, so you can see.
Larry had a good question on the darker colors, they fade. So what's,
So
when we're looking at the red, how much fade, how long?
So it fades no more than any other color that you would see out there. In the past, the materials have gotten a lot better.
Okay.
Plastics are made with pellets, and
The blue.
there's nothing better than just throwing it
That
up
looks
and
good.
putting it on the table. Back in the early 2000s, when you saw the reds fade a lot, they would have the inner color of the pellets would be the white,
Okay,
and then they would color the outer pellets, and so when it would fade, it was all of a sudden just turn white looking, because the outer layer was fading, and then the inner layer would come out. Now it's 100% color on all the pellets.
They started
And
making
refresh-
polyethylene a lot better.
yeah,
Yes.
refresh our minds, what's the
Red, white,
warranty
and
on that? Was it 10 years or 25 years or
So on
50
your
years?
So I can give you a warranty because your uprights are one warranty, your decks are one
Okay.
warranty. I can print out a whole list. It's limited life warranty, lifetime warranty. Your plastics are 10 years.
Has there been any fading out of the stuff at Croy? Has anybody noticed any?
I don't, I haven't been out there in a couple, well, it's almost 2 years now, but it wasn't the last time I was there.
Only the shade, just a little bit, none of the playground equipment,
Yeah.
just the shade, just a little, because it's a dark green like y'all's shirts. It's
Fabric.
the fabric, excuse me, yeah. So it's a little bit, but
Nobody noticed.
only because I remember how dark it was.
19, didn't it? Was it 19? It was before COVID, right?
No, it was after COVID, because I was on staff and I came in 2020. So it was probably
Was it after?
2021, maybe,
Okay.
something like that.
That's
So the umbrellas or the covering would be a different warranty because it's cloth or,
That is correct. It's
Okay.
a cloth. It's a cloth. And so on that cloth, what we have is the Sun Blaze here, blue.
does it match the other blue
It does.
perfectly?
Is that permeable?
It's
or-
a darker,
Okay,
so yes, the shade
Not
cloth
that
is
that
just
really
like the one
matters,
that's
but-
out there at
see.
Foy Park. It will
This
allow
one.
water to come through. It
True
sheds
blue, it
most water,
says.
but at a high
it's almost like a tarp,
grain, it's
like a
It's
tarp.
not, you will get some drips on you. The panels that we have on the unit, and I'll zoom in on everything, is the darker blue with a white inlay, just like this. So it's the darker navy with the white inlay.
I know the turquoise looks.
And I'll show you, here's your darker navy, white inlay.
Nice.
Not that tan inlay.
Okay.
Sorry, Sam. White inlay.
Okay, now what's with,
So this is your panels, this is
Okay.
HDPE, like on the Rockin' Raft, I'll show you in a second. There's a white inlay, but the navy color.
Okay.
That's the actual, you can touch that.
okay, so it's going to be this on this?
Yes, ma'am, I
Okay,
just didn't have the navy with the white. inlay.
okay.
Well, Sun Blaze is the closest.
And then, last but not least, your deck coating, we went with blue. Not one,
What's the finish on the deck? Is it like this?
So that's a, yes, sir.
Is this the actual
That's
finish?
actual, yes, sir. And
How's
that's a
the-
PVC deck coating.
How's the slippage?
So,
But it's
so back in the day, we used to have a smooth,
a lot more.
a smooth coat over the top. It could be when it was wet, a little slick, when there's a little texture on that. I'm on them all the time, and decks are
Sam,
wet,
look
we're
at that.
power washing them, and I've never
Good.
slipped.
The true blue is what he pointed out.
So I'm gonna pop back on here real quick and try to show you guys,
This is where the.
see if it'll pick me up again.
Or part of that.
All right. So
What
we-
was, wait, I'm sorry, Tim, what was this one for again?
That's your decks.
The deck cover?
Yes, ma'am,
So
that's
is
your-
there wood going inside there
No,
or
that's
plastic?
steel. No, it's steel.
It's steel,
It's
okay,
punched steel, yes,
That's all.
ma'am.
okay.
They're heavy as all get out.
Okay.
I don't miss the days when I was out in the field building playgrounds.
How is that bolted, connected?
So it's a direct bolt connection. It's kind of like your bridges. Some of the Game Time has the patent on that, and it's an insert that's into the upright. It's drilled in the field, and then the insert's put in, and it fans out in the back. And then it from the say
You got
a
a
railing
flat-
to an upright, it's direct bolt inside.
But
of it.
the walking surface has a flat, there's no,
So this is the thing about Game Time is that playground has, and look, I'm not saying there's installers out there that are trying to build play. Everybody that I know in this business, and I've been in it for 16 years, are all good people. Nobody wants a child hurt. That's across the board. I don't know anybody, Sam knows all the people that I know throughout, traps and nobody does. But everybody has a bad day. With Game Time being a direct bolt, there's only so much play within where that has to go in. So that thing has to be perfectly level, and it has to be built per the design, or it just does not go together. If not, it's racked and it's this, and it will not go together. When it's a clamp, you can go up or down. That deck has to go into that height perfectly. So when we get done building we can't do it, but if we tightened all the bolts, it's gonna look funky because we haven't, but it's solid before we even concrete it.
So is the hardware stainless?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's good stuff. Birmingham Fasteners from Birmingham, Alabama is where all the hardware comes from. If afterwards, I think I have some in my pickup truck that I can put in your hand.
and everything is powder coated or
6 mil.
like that, so there's no paint maintenance on anything.
No, sir. So it's all powder coated. We do have touch-up paint, just like anything, something shipped. It's a full-on construction site. Sometimes some things get scratched, and then we come in with a manufactured touch-up paint, and we'll touch it up. There's no way to send it back out to get it repowder coated. But if it's seriously scratched, that piece will be reordered and shipped and overnight to us.
And that's another question. All of these components, if something got damaged, we wouldn't have to replace everything. We can get individual components.
You're exactly right. So I want to share, since you've said that, let me show you something. Not this one, but say this little slide right here. That slide hood at the top, so that's damaged, you only replace that. So this little section's damaged, you only replace that. That little exterior is damaged, you replace the exterior.
Yeah, that was what I was looking at so you wouldn't have to replace everything. It's done in components. Good.
That's exactly right. And then, so the big costly one is, it's on the back side. I'm trying to find it, see if we have it. Say this slide right here.
Mm-hmm.
This slide's built in sections.
So how are the joints? Are they where you don't have an overlap, you have fitting together?
It is tongue and groove. There is some, what's the word I'm looking for? Tolerance. Might be some different gaps in there, but we have certain tolerance that we can't be over, and so a child's hand doesn't go.
Yeah, that was what I was wondering about the lap. If something on a lap, if it raises up, now you've
So
got
it has to be below. Everything as you come down the slide, when you connect pieces like that, the piece on the bottom has to be underneath. It cannot be above. If it's above, it'll fail inspection. That way that child coming down is gonna hit that. You should be able to take your hand and run it all the way down and feel it going down all the way to the bottom.
What's the heat on these materials? How, as far as the absorption, we all saw this, wasn't that long ago, where a child was burnt on a slide. Now, I didn't see if it was so old that it was a metal slide or what it was.
Sure. So I don't really have that answer for you.
I didn't know if obviously plastic.
It absorbs the heat. I will tell you, the port-in-place surfacing does get hot. Turf, believe it or not, gets pretty hot. Your engineer wood fiber and I know you're thinking, man, this guy's trying to preach for Williams. I'm not. I'm good either way.
No, I can just see us.
It absorbs the heat, right?
I can just see us needing to possibly, after we get a little history, putting some signs up that warns people, and that may be something that you've seen already, where people put signs up about warning about temperatures. I don't know.
I haven't come across that. I do know that the metal slides the stainless metal slides, we still sell them. The state of Texas, for state parks, still buy them. We're not allowed to face them to the east or the west. Most definitely not the west. They have to be north or south in our designs, and for someone to have one of those slides.
You like Tide Pods.
Tide Pods?
If they're gonna go down the slide and it's hot, it's gonna be hot. I mean, if we put signs out about it,
Sure. Oh yeah.
you see what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
don't eat the Tide Pods.
But they
Oh,
still-
I thought I heard Tide Pods. I'm
but
like,
they still issue it.
yeah. Well, the
great
thing is,
ketchup,
the thing
right?
about it is you got to have signage. We have signage actually on our play units that talks about possible hot surfaces. We have to mandatory put on age-appropriate stickers and things like that for us to be compliant. A lot of times cities or different entities add a sign outside of the space of the rules and different things that they
I
feel.
saw some out at the what's the name of the inclusive park over there at Pearland, the big one that they built, out on the west end. That big park out there, that all-inclusive park that they built, had some signage on it.
Yes. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yes, sir.
Are all the,
Thompson Park.
I'm sorry, Keith, all the surfaces, are they all graded where water doesn't pool on anything? Is it perforated?
So your engineered wood fiber, that is a porous material that comes in when we get done bottom. What we would do is some people, you're having concrete curbing around it, you're creating a swimming pool. You need to have drainage inside of that space. And there needs to be, not just get drainage, it needs to have a downfall once it gets out. And I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. Sometimes that is a surprise. You have to have somewhere that water to go, or it backs up and stays in that area. So we would add drainage, and we gave you a quote for it. That's something that, you may want more of a detailed, or before we get to that, or that's up for maybe the GC to do or something like that, or what you want us to do. But you would definitely want drainage in that space with concrete curbing going around. If that area was up elevated and you did the plastic curbs, underneath the plastic curbs, there's different cutouts on the bottom to allow the water to seep out over a period of time. Sometimes that works well, and sometimes we have to, go back in and add a little drainage. But definitely you would want drainage in this space. Also underneath, if you go with the engineered wood fiber, you would have geofabric, and all that does, most people call it weed barrier. It is not a weed barrier. All it does is it keeps your surfacing from getting pushed down in the mud after it rains, and then you're filling it up a lot faster. So it keeps that surfacing up above the mud surface. That is porous, and then your drainage, the water would go in and then go out from the drains.
Is there a weight limit? Or
We'll go ahead and confess that I'm a fairly large fella, and I'm on these things all the time, and I don't. I mean,
I'll be the stress test dummy.
well,
I mean, I've
like,
seen
say
some-
you take your grandchildren.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not 500
Keith's no big
people
deal.
are going to be going down it or anything like that, but it can handle that every once in a while, grandpa, grandma going
I'm
down.
285, 6'3", and I'm on them all day, and they don't creak.
Okay.
if you're bigger than that, there's some tight
spaces.
spaces where I'm like, this is what I do for a living. I got to squeeze through some things that maybe I should start putting down the Whataburger patty melts. That might be more of an issue than the weight. I'm also part of a ministry. It's called Maximizing Children's, and we take down old playgrounds and we repurpose them for ministry in third world countries. And we were in the jungles of Bolivia and San Buenaventura, I can't say it right, Bolivia, building a playground. And it was an old Game Time unit that came out of the city of Conroe. And if there wasn't, I'd have to show you the picture. If there wasn't 250 kids on this playground, it's no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was packed. They have never seen anything like it. It was pretty cool, the story. So I wouldn't worry about weight.
Okay.
No.
Back to his drainage, the drainage deal, is the scope of the whole area over there, are we taking drainage for what area the playground's in to begin with?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the drainage and the detention pond itself is for the entire site. And then the site-specific things, the pavilion with downspouts and the gazebo or the playground equipment, those will all need to be handled, independently or
To tie into
the main structure.
Yes.
Sir. Yeah.
That's what I was sharing, like that drainage is for inside the space. Once it gets out, then it's to tie into the main.
So you basically will put the drainage underneath the area and the places you need it and stub it up to the outside of where the curbs
And
will
the GC
be.
takes it from there. Is typically how that works. This piece right here, back on color, the blue panel that I showed you, this the navy blue, but with the white insert, that's anywhere that you see, it'll be just like this. This is your rocking raft, and that outside is the big HDPE panel, and that's that piece over there that I showed you, that
Okay.
the red netting here, the red, white, and blue, all within that big net. And then I wanted to show y'all something we would do here on this railing, red, white, and blue with that cabling as well, with that sure grip material.
Are those renderings, the actual equipment that's gonna?
Yes, sir. This is your actual equipment. So this is basically, this is the program that I came last time, and then I went back and able to change some certain things, then I put it in Photoshop, and then that way I could kind of range it, and then I can dial in, because our actual at Cunningham rendering is backed up because there's so many projects in the pipeline, and I couldn't get an actual fast enough for tonight. So I'm like, gotta do something. So
What do you estimate the total number, when you put the picture up there that shows everything where it's at? 200 kids? Can 200 kids be out there playing?
So this is the thing, you have, in this total 6,000 square feet?
Surfacing says 4,900.
4,900 square feet, almost 5,000. This is the beautiful thing, is we've designed something where you don't want the kid to go and sit, right? They're gonna be moving, so if they're not staying and they're moving, they're doing like this, they're running to this, they're running to that, they're going to do this, and all these things. You could have a ton of kids, but if you just want to put 200 kids on the structure and let them high five each other and stand next to
No,
each other.
I was thinking
Yeah.
more of like our Easter deal that we do. We probably have 500 kids show up to that. I don't know the numbers. Tammy would probably know the numbers, but I was just trying to get an idea if we had a bunch of kids that showed up at the park, is there numbers that you say for this amount of equipment, we say X amount of kids?
So
Cool. Like
this is the
this.
thing, Game Time kind of went away from doing that. It's an arbitrary number.
Okay.
And so a few years back, it was a big thing. How many kids can you get on your play and design? So then we're like, well, how do we really know? I mean, we have the square footage of all the decks and stuff, but if they're playing, are we really being honest? So they're like, we don't actually know that number to be, it's more arbitrary than anything, so we want to go away from that. To answer your question that is a big area. And to have 300 or 400 kids running and playing in that space, I think you'd be fine. I think there'll be some areas that are congested and some areas that, but
I think you did a great job.
Yeah, it looks really good.
yes, sir.
The umbrellas, the
Yes, sir.
shade, how large are those?
So these are 16 feet spread across all the
Okay.
way from side to side.
Nice,
Yes, sir.
that's pretty large, very good.
Yes, sir. And we wanted to add, as many as we possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
And across all, you have 4 of them total.
Okay.
So
Do
this
they-
would,
Do they always stay up, or do they have the capability?
yes, sir, they always stay up. Once we put them up.
What's the wind rating?
So this is the thing here on the coast, the city, they, I'm not sure about Manvel's, but, did I say it correct? I practice. I got the last week.
Radar ear.
I was out talking to my wife too, and I'm like, I can't mess it up. She's like, stay focused. You know how you do. But so they want, as you get close to the coast, it's 150 mile an hour sustainable wind loads. We all know that 150 mile an hour wind comes through here. This building's not going to be here, not more or less the fabric on that. All day long, we've seen like Beryl come through. They're all over Galveston. We have them in Galveston. We have them in League City, City of Lamarck, all the way down the coast. I have projects. This is my territory that I have projects. Clue, Lake Jackson, no damage was done, except for Galveston, a brand new one that I just put up at Fort Travis. That one was damaged at Beryl. And then inland, for the Aldine ISD, we had them on their structures. There was 2 on one structure. One, nothing happened, and the other one was damaged.
It was
On-
probably a tornado, huh?
No, it was Beryl.
Oh,
It was I'm speaking on Beryl that came through. 99% of the people in our area do not take the cloths down. We recommend it if it's 80 or 100 mile an hour winds. Take your cloths, the frames. They get damaged when the cloths doesn't come down. But those are the only ones, and I have from Orange, Texas, all the way down to Port O'Connor. That whole area, and those are the ones.
If you took them down, is there a program that our maintenance type people could understand the proper way to take them down
Yes,
and all that?
yes. And on these,
We may already know that, I don't know.
so these didn't get taken down at Croy Park during Beryl. They were left up.
Are they
It's a
easily,
weird, just to be honest with you, it doesn't make sense. When I went to Aldine ISD and I'm looking at this playground and it had 2 of these on, and one was nothing wrong and the other one was ripped. They're just like this. There's 3 on this one that just happen to have 2. So why did one rip? And I don't know.
Most of the damage probably could have been from flying objects too, couldn't it?
Possibly.
Is it easy to replace them, like as far as ordering them?
Oh, yeah. So you just call me. I'm your service. Just as Mr. Dan, that time when they had an issue with their port-in-place rubber, I was just landed in Montana, wasn't it? And Robbie called and said, hey, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm officiating my buddy's wedding here in wherever I was at in Montana. I can't think of it right now. Like, as soon as I get back, we're going to get it handled. Same thing. If there's a tear in the shade, you just call me and I pull it up real quick, and I may say, hey, send me some pictures, or I'll be down tomorrow and I'll come and look and see if there's any other inspects, see if there's other damage, I'll write it up and then go from there.
Okay.
Taking them down, you guys have a bucket truck from the city. You can get up, it's cable clamps, release the cable clamps, and then you pull the fabric. We usually use a strap. This one doesn't have a quick release. I don't think we can do a quick release on this. If I can get that answer, that's why I was kind of over here. If it's a quick release, it's basically impact pulling it out, and then that releases the tension on the fabric, and then you pull it off. Either way, you're doing a quick release or you're hooking and you're pulling it back, and it's off just the fabric goes over a nipple and then the cable comes to the end. I think I answered it. I don't know. Sometimes I go off on tangents.
A lot of detail.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good. As long as we have the shade, though, that's my concern.
Yeah. To take a fabric down on something like this, if you have a bucket truck and you're able to get up to it, we're talking 15 minutes. To put it on, it's probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
How high up are they since you need a bucket truck?
Oh, I don't have that deck height. I think that is an 8-foot deck. So it would be about 16 feet.
Okay.
On the highest one.
More safe.
The other one, it's 84 inches above the largest, what's called a designated surface. A designated play surface, and that determines the fall height, is a 2x2 or bigger. So if there's a piece on that equipment that's 2x2, that's considered a designated play surface, and then nothing can be above, within 84 inches above what's considered the unit.
Okay.
So
But a
the
bucket
tallest
truck
one's
would
probably
just be
16
more
feet.
Safer, right?
Ma'am?
Bucket truck would just be more safe.
You got man lift, bucket truck. Typically, most cities have bucket trucks, so they're actually pretty nice. We use a man lift.
Ladder in the back of a pickup?
Not on that. Yeah, put it on the bucket of the tractor, tied. You know why men don't live as long as ladies, things like that.
Have the guy in the bucket.
Yeah, I'm the guy that's scared of heights, so I'd be over there. You wouldn't want me up there.
Could the bucket truck roll on that surface, that engineered surface, or would it cave it in?
The port in place? No, we drive on ours. It compacts.
Okay.
It does. Are y'all from? No, I don't want to get into that. I was going to start breaking down the whole engineered wood fiber surface thing. You're good. I would not drive it if it was port in place rubber. I would not drive a vehicle on that. You could possibly, if you did need to get out there, we do put 3/4 inch double stack 3/4 inch plywood just to distribute the weight. And really, where it's the real problem is the concrete curbing that comes around the engineered wood or the port in place rubber. It's mixed in a binder, and that binder it's actually made at here in Lake Jackson at Dow. They take inside of the concrete curb, and that port in place rubber is glued to that curve. So when you start to see it pulling away from that curve, if you have that issue, that glue's breaking down, so they'll come back out and fix it when it's under warranty. But if you drive something across, it pulls that away, you've got a problem. You just created yourself a problem. Man lift, boom out. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Sam, give me a question.
I don't have any other questions. I think you did a great job, great presentation here. Dan, are we making a motion for the recommendation council? Is that the action we need to take?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what we're looking for. Again, we have this on the Monday city council agenda because we were trying to hit that deadline.
Yes.
So I guess,
So it's
let's
just.
see if we have it handy. The motion that we need, to, I guess to approve the design or recommend the design, I suppose. The not to exceed amount, if you want to give that to us. If you want to include, I don't suppose you have the number for the port place, should they decide to go that route?
I don't.
Well, I guess for tonight, we just need the main
Tonight, you
number.
just need the
Scratch that, yep.
Yeah, right.
So that not to exceed amount, and then, just the submission. So it's a grant application. We got a little bit nervous whenever you use the word grant. technically, we have to go, and I think we talked to you about this the other day.
Yes, sir.
We have a process with council before we apply for a grant, and most of the time, council's going to say yes, but there's a process. Hey, we're thinking about applying for this grant about whatever. Does that sound good, council? Then we'll go out and apply it. We still have to come back to council to, if there's a funding match or what have you. So this, how did Jeff word this the other day? It's more of a discount, I guess?
A discount,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Yes, sir,
Material
rebate, discount.
Yeah.
We, there's a couple ways, we call it a grant, Champions Grant, that's just our wording of it, but there is no funding coming to you. It's just, you'll see it on the quote of what the actual equipment, and then the breakdown of everything, and then the discount, and it's considered the grant, but it is a discount. And then your actual number, what you would pay.
Yeah. So if y'all are good with the color scheme and what they've picked out, and I mean, and if you're ready to turn this loose to council, then it's perfect timing. Like I said, we're out for bid right now on the project. We have we have the playground equipment even as an ad alternate, just in case, because we didn't know that all this was going to come in at the same time. So I presume that would probably get, we just wouldn't do that particular as ad alternate number 4. Because if we go this route, it makes a lot more sense, of course. I can't fathom where a GC is going to come in, here's the exact same playground equipment that the Parks Board recommended for less. I'd be very surprised to see that, so.
Especially if they use game time,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I can't sell
Right.
it any other time of the year at this price.
Exactly.
This is it. Once we miss that time, I may get a day or two, but that's it. They're like, gotta cut it off. It's actually over on the 28th of October, but Texas gets a little
you're good
extension
with
due
it?
to the way funding is.
Byron?
Bye.
I agree, I'm ready with it.
Okay. All right. At this time, I would like to make a motion for a recommendation for approval for council regarding the design, the not-to-exceed amount, and the submission of the 2025 Game Time Community Champions Grant application for the Heritage Park playground equipment. All in favor?
I'll second that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Second.
And just, could you qualify what the not to exceed amount is?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be to the penny. I mean, if you want to round that up to give us some space there, that's fine.
Okay. Let's see. The not-to-exceed amount of $162,000.
That's good.
161, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
we
so
said we
round it up.
Rounded up.
Round it up.
Doesn't matter.
162. That sounds good. What do you think? Okay. Do I need to second that again with the price? Okay, I'll second that. Yeah.
All right, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
All right.
All opposed? All right, motion's passed.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for all your hard work and
Oh,
answering
yes.
all of our questions.
Without a
And
doubt.
I know it was time consuming, but we like to be hands-on.
I'm glad you are. And I personally love it. I love to answer the questions. I'm just grateful you asked the ones that I knew most of.
Yeah.
But thank you all very, very much. I appreciate it.
We have you as regular agenda item number 1, Monday night. If you can make it, that'd be great.
Without a doubt. Yes, sir. I'll definitely be here. And if I could reach out to you possibly tomorrow and kind of just so I know exactly and I can be ready and work with them. And hopefully I can get them across the finish line.
That rendering is great. I would keep using that, so.
Thank you. And I'm also going to bring the samples as well. Do you think that's a good idea? Okay,
That's gonna,
perfect.
that's gonna.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And y'all have a good evening.
Thank you, Tim.
too.
Yes.
And again, thank you for your time.
Definitely.
All right, want to make a motion to approve agenda item B, approve the minutes to date.
I'll second to approve the minutes.
All in favor? All opposed? All right, if it's no other business, I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.